buddy MJ here in my neighborhood. Decided to give abs a good workout. I'm going to do a live stream tonight from my studio. Just want to drink some Leo beer. Yep, from Thailand. I have it in Taiwan. Now let me do this. We're in this neighborhood, and many like Dave Mosaka have been here. John Ho, Jevons, John Sabo, Yuka, gosh, JL, Casper, John LA, all been here. So, what I noticed is the camera, hey Matt, you fist bump to you? The camera doesn't seem to be quite as wide angle as normal. Matthew, what platform are you watching on, please? By the way, a few minutes ago when I was driving and I saw one with her daughter. They're both wearing matching red velvet dresses and they looked amazing. Now you'll notice that Taiwan we had the European style traffic lights or sideways, which I like. I watch movies with the vertical ones and it throws me off now. Makes more sense. It's easier to mount them to the pole. When they're hanging, they can swing. All right, so let me try this. If I do this, there you go. I give a thumbs up. Okay, cool. Now, don't bother giving me any money. Say that right away. YouTube, okay. What does look like, maybe I'm completely wrong, but it does look like it's procuring comments from YouTube and from Periscope. So, what's wrong one? Who knows, man? So maybe it's working. Who knows? So let's see. Go this way some more. There you go. Got some people around. I just don't want to get them in. Beautiful. Oil. Cooked peanuts, man. For 40 NT, which is about $1.25. These beers, Leo beer, like 75 cents a can, US. They're 4 for 100 NT, which is like $3 US. So, it's incredible. I don't live in Taiwan because it's inexpensive, but sure it's a nice place to live. There's not too much action in front of me. Some people pulling up on the motorcycles and stuff. And don't really want to zoom in on them, and you understand what I mean. But in a minute, we'll take a walk. So we are now. The last test I did a minute ago, I did not connect to YouTube, but now we are. Put these in my pocket. I put the other beer in my pocket too. In Taiwan, there are no open container laws. Only drunk driving laws. If you're not drunk, you can drink. You could crotch a beer, get pulled over by the police, and if they smell alcohol or they detect alcohol, they'll just ask you to blow a breathalyzer. If you don't fail, then you're all set. And Matthew, that must be Periscope, right? And I imagine. So this one again. I imagine Periscope must be a lot faster. So the recycling can lady is gonna get this. God, do I hate cigarette smoke. People always smoke outside. Oh, you're okay. I'm commenting on that. Okay. Well, I'm gonna take this beer and put it in my pocket. And I'm gonna put it in my pocket. And we're gonna walk around here, and we're gonna go a little gimbal power here, guys. Okay, so now this is my neighborhood. You guys know this, and excuse me, my goodness, it's a beer burp. That's a good one. This is the fried chicken place, which isn't really fried chicken anymore, just fried everything. The barbecue place that I go to, and I got customers in there, so I'm not going to peek in. But let's walk inside Win-Win's and see if Win-Win is here. Testing it out. Yeah, I hear you. Let's walk in Win-Win and see. Now this is the ice box where you guys have seen me, before get stuff out of. Look at all this stuff. It's cool. Yeah, those are the bacon wraps I always get, and sausages, and there's some more pork and marinated pork sticks. Really good. So, all right. I don't think anybody is in here. We're just gonna see what's going on. A bunch of Vietnamese people here. So I don't know. Let me just stop here, John. Who's here? Hey, Dion. One time on? Okay. I got to with you, huh? Oh, okay. She's in, huh? Okay. Bye. She's gone. Now, we just in time for some Vietnam karaoke. And a couple of years ago, she got rid of all the English songs. So there's no English songs. Anyway, so this is the famous place. This is probably the most famous live streaming location in Taiwan, right there. That iconic window that so many people have sat in front of. So then across the street is a shop that sells, for one thing. So Casper's asking me a question on the Line app. And so, yes, I am using the new apps update on Android. Because the only iPhone device that I have is an old iPhone 5S that a friend gave to me just for testing stuff. And it's basically, to be honest with you, it's basically a doorstop. Now, this is the boss in here. I'm going to ask him how he's doing. Hey, 老板你好。Yeah. 我的 fans 他们说你好。As I said, my fans said, oh, yeah. Anyway, 他们很想你啊。So you guys like him. Yeah, I'm saying thank you very much. Yeah, so I told him that you guys really like him because, this is the boss that always takes care of me with everything, right? So, okay. Okay, so he's green beans. So he's cutting the green beans and stuff. So um, he also does the bacon wraps and so forth. Yeah. So yep. It looks to me like our internet signal this afternoon is quite good. All right. So nice to have a little gimbal power though, you know, because so many of these hap streams I see are puke cams. Wow. But look at this. Just great stuff. And that is intestine, which I like a lot. And that is chicken skin over there. This is a Chinese sausage that I have and bacon. Now, you know what? Let's see. Is she singing? Yeah, let's go. I just want to check out this singing. See, this kind of stuff goes on all the time here in Taiwan. And of course, it's louder than the jet taking off. They got a ton of echo on it, so yeah, if they had any English songs, I'd be singing songs like "What Kind of Fool Am I?" Stuff like that. Now, you guys have heard me talk about this before. This neighborhood, yeah, it's been a while since I did a walk around. It's okay to be testing out on haps, I guess. You saw me do a live stream on what we call the Jawawa. It's people doing these claw machines, right? And this is like been a major issue with businesses around here. So many, there used to be shops in here and they weren't making it economically. And so they just open up these little Jawawa places. So these guys will buy a machine, and like all these machines are owned by different people. And so when they rent the place, rents in Taiwan are relatively inexpensive. But when they do the rents, they spread it out amongst several people. So it's not a problem. Not a problem for them to keep going. And it's really a sign of a bad economic situation when those things go into town. Down the end of the street, we have a convenience store on the right and 7-Eleven on the left. The convenience store on the right is pretty cool. They got a bunch of different kinds of scotches, Japanese liquors, and lots of tea. And it's a pretty good place. But my favorite place is the Jar Jar store. And I'm almost afraid to go inside the store because I might lose the signal. I think HAPS is pretty forgiving, but I don't know. I don't have much experience with it. Some of the platforms like Periscope, if you have the slightest little glitch in your signal, Periscope gives it up and then it starts another broadcast immediately after. Whereas YouTube, I've had a delay where I stopped transmitting for several minutes, started transmitting again, and it stayed on the same broadcast. It's pretty amazing. Kind of like a perpetual thing. So we have more people coming in down here. So yeah. Hey, thank you, Phillips. I appreciate it. Thank you. Philip Sandman, thank you very much. I need the subscriptions. I mean, I need the followers on YouTube. That's where I need it, on YouTube. Okay. Now, this is another store that I frequently stream from called Highlight. Show you these little mini buses they got, like these guys here. Some of these buses go to the high-speed rail, and it's really nice because it's usually like $1 to get the high-speed rail. Now today it's kind of overcast here. And you can see local time right now is 17:38. So that's 5:38 p.m. I'm gonna turn this back around on me because I'm allowed to show me all I want. So I'm gonna go back and sit down here and eat some more peanuts. And I don't know if we got enough here for a Q&A or not. But let's just do this. I'm gonna go like this. And yeah. Okay. So now there's nobody in the stream. but me. So hi, Casper. Well, don't let me stop you, and that's good to see you. Yeah, Casper's in another part of Taiwan right now. You're up in north, right? Because if you are, you need to be careful. You know, Taoyuan's got the local outbreak. I can't show you on Haps because I don't have any way to bring in multimedia like I do on Prism Live. But tonight, on my late night show, I'm going to have some Taiwan news. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the local transmissions and so forth. And then Phoenix is coming on with me. Yes, in Taipei main station. Okay. Phoenix is coming on with me, and we're going to do some reading. We're going to talk a little Star Trek. And she wants to do origami. Thank you, Matthew. Thanks for waking up. You need to get some sleep so you can be up for my show later. Now, the funny thing is, camera seems a lot closer. It's not as wide. There's nothing I can do. I can't adjust it. No adjustment for the front camera at all. Well, I'm going to go around this way. Hold on.
Sorry.
没关系，
抽烟啊？
没关系啊，
不好意思，
不会吧？我动了没关系，
你不是没抽烟？
不会。我是唱歌人，
唱歌。
对。so
不好意思的，影响到你了。
谢谢，您太客气，没关系，谢谢。Dave, I don't. Thank you so much. Good month. Things better anyway. He was apologizing for smoking, which is why I move it. This camera seems.
你跟你的对，在试是吧？跟着朋友在那讲，朋友是讲话是吗？
现在我开直播。不是，我开直播，直接的直播。哎，对。High quality audio. I never saw an option for that. But what it is the camera seems too close. Usually on Prism, it's like this, but this is an arm's length away. I have not seen any audio option anywhere. And usually when I get an app, I usually like push it to the limit.
台湾 very good， 你看好，你看这到处全世界的疫情很严重，看我们还有用戴口罩还有喝酒。
对啊。
啊，台湾好，但空管的好。
Well, I'm gonna check something. Okay. Anyway, this doesn't become a problem because I'm not engaged in too many side conversations when I'm having the stream, you know. But once in a while. So. Excuse me.
麦等上任了哦。
我这样都不知道。He's asking me about Biden. 这样子我都不在乎，没关系。我不是在那边。Yeah, so he's asking me about Biden. I just told him I don't care. So anyway, so where's the where is the? There's no options for that here. Just on and off. So, see, Matthew, take care.
麦当劳史顿，你是英国人是吧？ 你不是Medica不是美国啊？
谁？
你呀、
我
英国、德国，
是
你不是 Medica 不是你不是美国？
我出生在美国，我住在台湾，所以我是台湾人。对，
我知道你有台湾身份证的，新台湾人。
对，all right.
出生在美
Let's go
国，
for a walk.
来台湾好像40-50年了哦。新台湾人。
对，我觉得So let's go down this way to. Let's take a walk down there and see what's going on at that place. And we'll see what's going on down there. I'm not really sure. Actually, you know what? No. I want to go this way because, all right, I want to show you something. There's something I want to do. Let me do this. And I've got my mask on, but you know what I need to do? Sorry, I need to take my mask off because I have to drink my beer. 走路喝酒很好。拜拜。I'm trying not to be rude, but Taiwanese people know what "excuse me" means in English. And I looked at the camera and I said, "Excuse me," and then I gave my attention to him, and he kept talking. He didn't realize. I mean, he asked me what I was doing. He asked me, "Are you talking to your friend in America?" Because everybody's an American. He actually asked me later, though, when he started talking about Biden and stuff. I said, "I don't care about that stuff. I don't live in America. I live in Taiwan." And then he said, "Oh, are you British or are you German?" And he kept pressing me. So I said, "Look, I'm born in America, but I live in Taiwan, so I'm Taiwanese." But what happens is some of these guys are friendly and stuff, and that's cool. But he asked me what I was doing. Excuse me, beer burp. And I said I was live streaming. He asked me, was I talking to my friend in America? I said, no, I'm live streaming. And people in Taiwan know what that means. And he just kept interrupting me, so I got to get out of there. This is a Binglong place. Beetle nut. And this is a scourge. I've been in other places like in Bali and all over the Pacific and other places. That stuff is just, it's bad. It increases your chance of getting cancer by 40 times if you smoke. This is the Pang Lao Die fried chicken that I get. Hey, now, I love that chicken place. Here's a kitchen remodeling place. And hello from Osaka. Hey, Dave, are you on YouTube or on Periscope? I'm trying to figure out how this works. I can't really tell by the icons. Just so you know, as I was saying, there's no open container law, so I'm, walking down the street, drinking beer. Now, I don't litter, but beer cans are one thing that you can leave. Like if you want to put a beer can or something on this wall, because a lot of people here collect aluminum cans. I never, ever would throw away like okay, jump for YouTube hats. Okay, yeah, this is probably a lot faster. Thank you. I would never ever throw paper, but okay, let me set this down for a second. Go in this camera. Now, let's show you how diverse this place is. Oops, sorry, I did the wrong thing. This place, whoops, right there, it says, oh, sorry. This place, Pinoy Foods, that is a Filipino restaurant. Boy, this, wow, that Zoom thing sure is touchy. And then over here is another Vietnam karaoke. This is one of the first Vietnam karaoke's that opened in my neighborhood. It used to be down there a little further down there, but they moved it to this place and something else went in up where that was. But the thing is, that being the first Vietnam karaoke, I went there and I was hassled by the girls so bad I never went back there. I sat down and I'm eating my food, and all of a sudden, you know, yeah, I would hope so. I don't really know. I mean, I saw some of JL's and they were very, very choppy, but I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really watch too many videos on haps because it's kind of painful. The other thing is now that it does actually work in landscape, I realize that I can watch in landscape now too. Yeah, I know you get hassled by girls. I know. I saw them hassling you in North Korea, especially. It was amazing. The unmitigated gall of them to grab you by the hand, you know, and tag team you on the dance floor. That was just appalling. You should have lodged an international complaint. Should have been an incident. Anyway, what I wanted to show you was I saw this place, right, driving by. Now, for those of you who can, well, you could see this in English. It says cheap price. I'll have to read it for you. Now it's Vietnamese. I imagine it says cheap price, of course. I don't know. Then that is more Vietnamese. You can tell by the, okay, that's Chinese. Okay. Okay. It's okay. This is just some, I don't know, just some advertising. But this is all about Chi. Okay, so this is about this place is okay. So yeah, whatever. This is a laundry, and you have to. I mean, it's got like a couple different languages, so you can see what it is. But here's the thing. There's there's the there's the sign out here. Okay, and it's very clear. It's 24 hours. It's a closed place. Now look at it. When I saw this driving by, I said to my wife, I said, "Hey, honey, look. Hey, Bernardo, how you doing? Fist bump to you, bro." When I saw this, right, I drove by just in the car and I said, hey, honey, I think a new bar opened up or a restaurant. It looks kind of upscale. I got bricks and wood and stuff. I just drove by, right? It's a coin laundry. I'm like, what? And so then I looked it up on Google Maps and they call it a coffee shop. I said, okay, well, I'm going to go down and I'm going to get some coffee, except for one thing. That's the barista. That's the coffee machine. That's it. This is a coffee shop. Down there, they got these kind of high-end, sort of, you know, washers and dryers. And on the other side, they got these cubbies like this. Hang out there. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'd hang out there only if I was doing laundry. But look at all this space. I mean, this is like, what is going on over here? And they got an American flag and they got, you know, tables and stuff. That's cool if you want to sit. But they got two Jawawa machines here. And these up here, it's like, what is going on? Who can afford to have a space this big and not have it filled wall to wall with washing machines? I mean, this is just, whoa, this is crazy. So it says, it's funny, the name of this is, I have to do a laundry skill, Touch Cafe. Yeah. You're at Touch Cafe, quality and fresh coffee at your favorite laundromat now. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, really good. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hi, this is MJ Klein for Touch Cafe. The one, the one and only coffee machine in your local neighborhood laundromat. So don't worry about staying awake doing that laundry late at night. Andreas, how are you? Good to see you. Fist bump to you, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, Andreas is in house. Andreas, is the gentleman who made that liquor for me, and he's joining me on Facebook. So Haps is actually, wow, this is great. Haps is doing a Prism Live on me here, guys, folks. Okay, this new update is great because it's curating all the different comments for the different platforms. So far, so good. That's amazing. It's incredible. Got people commenting on Haps and on Periscope, on YouTube, and Facebook. Wow, that's great. But here, so take two. Hi, MJ Klein here for Touch Cafe, the recommended coffee machine while doing your laundry. Never fall asleep again while doing your laundry. Have a shot of espresso. Stay up. Get them shorts nice and clean. There's got to be a pun in there somehow. Stay awake so you can get your drawers back on. I don't know. So here we are. Now it's gotten darker. And so how's everything on the green farm, Andreas? Andreas has got a really nice thing going. He's got a beautiful farm. Yeah, it's good to see you too, bro. Thanks, man. And Dennis is still there. Please tell Dennis I said hi. And all my followers remember Dennis from the bar that he had in Huko. And so here it is on the other side. And yeah. So Dave wants me to take a load of laundry down here and do a laundry stream, a laundry scope. Here's a sound often heard on my live streams. Now what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to put this right here. Now see that? That is trash. Okay? But this is not. Somebody will pick this up because that's an aluminum can. Trust me, I could walk back by here in another half an hour and that'll be gone. Yeah, Bernardo meet Andreas. Andreas meet Bernardo. And Andreas, Bernardo was actually in Germany. It probably is. There are a lot of Filipino folks down there and a lot of Filipino ladies, which I quite frankly have to be careful of because they always ask too many questions. Look at this sky. It's quite dark, but the camera can pick this up. Look at this beautiful night sky. Look at this, guys. Wow. But it's overcast. Tonight is the second night of the first quarter moon. And the first quarter moon is high in the sky, but we can't see it. But look at this. And then when we look towards the west and you see a little bit of the, excuse me, sorry, a little bit of the sky behind us there. So, yeah, it's nice. I'm just scrolling back to the comments, which is great because I can go ahead and see, make sure that I didn't miss anything. Excuse me. Yeah, well, thanks for helping me test this out. This is great. Having a good time. It seems to be pretty good on, I heard somebody talk about battery usage, but my battery usage seems to be pretty good. I've been on for 34 minutes and I started out at about 60 something. I'm at 34%, which seems what, about 1% per minute. I don't know. It's a taxi place here. And what I like about taxis, everybody in Taiwan uses Line. So here's what you can do. Here is the Line QR code. And just for the fun of it, just so you guys can see this, if you got Line, you can scan this QR code and get this guy's, yeah. But I like the, this fried chicken place. Now I'll tell you a little joke. Now, because I'm an old guy and I wear glasses and I have a hat, I have white hair under my hat. I used to have a goatee and beard. So they like to call me Uncle Kentucky, right? Which I hate. So then they came out with this chicken place and it's called Pang Lao Die. And The way that I would translate that into English would be like the fat uncle's chicken, kind of like that. So, if I'm ever in a place where somebody Taiwanese says, "Hey, look, it's Kentucky Fried Chicken Man," right? I always act like I'm mad, and I go, "You're wrong. Don't ever call me that." And they're like, "I'm sorry." And then I go, "I'm the fat uncle's chicken." And of course, it just breaks everybody up. So that's a little expat humor for you, but it makes a lot of sense. And I should put my mask back on because I'm done drinking. This is yeah, he was. Yep. This is a doctor that I go to. And years ago, I did a live stream from the doctor on Periscope, on my personal channel on Periscope. And it was at that place. Colonel Sanders was a great man, but it was really hard for him to do a take in an ad, in a commercial. And I worked in a studio that he did some work in years ago. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a secret. Everybody wants to get followers. They post on Twitter, they post on Instagram, they post on Facebook. My views, okay, my views on one single platform. Well, I can't take, I'm just using the gimbal, Casper, so I can't take any credit for the quality of it. But yeah, it's good. It seems like Caps is really doing a good job. Nice to see you again. Thank you. Okay, there's one platform. I'm going to tell you right now. I have one photograph with over 4 million views on it. I have many, many, many other photographs with hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views on them. And it's not Instagram. It's not Flickr. It's not Twitter. It's not anything that you can think of. So here is my pro scoper trick tip for you right now. Google Maps. That chicken place back there. I took a picture of a bucket of chicken from that place, and I put it on Google Maps, and within 6 months it had 100,000 views. I took a picture of a temple. It has 4 million views. Always upload stuff to Google Maps, but put your logo on it, put your watermark on it. Whatever your website is, whatever your channel is that you want to promote, do it. That is my big social media tip for you. Now, the funny thing is, I went in there and I showed those guys that. I opened up Google Maps. I walked in there. I said, "Hey, I want to show you this." And it was, man, it is. And here's the thing. If you look this up, if you look this place up, let me do this. I'm going to go back. I'm going to show you this place. And if you can look this up on Google Maps, you'll find that photo. And when you find it, you're going to be astonished. I'm going to zoom in so I can get a good, there you go. That's it right there. That is the their corporate ID, their logo. Okay. Now in Chinese it says from the top left at like 11 o'clock going down to the bottom over to the right, it says Pang Lao Die Mei Si Zha Ji. Okay, so that means Pang Lao Die is the uncle, you know, the fat uncle. Yeah, thanks, AG. The next thing, Mei Si, means beautiful flavor. Mei is you know, it's beautiful, like Mei Guo is the word for American. So you could say like Mei Li, very beautiful, like for a lady. Mei Si means beautiful style, but it means for flavor. And then the last two words over here on the right, let me see my fingers. These two, hang on. Za is deep fried, Ji is chicken. So what they're telling you is that this is beautiful flavor. Beautiful flavor. fried chicken. Okay. All right. So now that we have you, Dave, online. And by the way, like I said, I don't know what's going on with Haps, but I use a gimbal a lot with Prism, and this is about how it is with Prism. But I have my arm. This is my arm all the way out, and this is where I normally hold Prism. So something's going on with the I don't know what it is. The zoom, I guess. There's no zoom control for the front camera. But Dave, now that we have you on, tell us what kind of success you've had with that Google Maps tip. And let me tell you something. Nobody was more surprised than I was when I discovered that. So, no. See, that's the one thing. All right, Casper knows Chinese. This is really interesting. I'm going to stop for a second. That word "May" means beautiful, right? Now I'm in Hukou, AG. I'm in Hukou, which is in Hsinchu County. Let me see if I can. Let me see what I can do. Uh, yeah, Hukou. And now I'm gonna do. Hang on, just give me a second, because I got to type this in Chinese. Okay, this is where I am. Okay, that's where I am. Okay, so John. Okay, so I guess I got to do this to escape. Okay, so that's where. I don't know if you can see that, but did that? I guess it didn't. Oh, anyway. So, oh, that is so cool. That is really cool. Did I just? No, there it is. There it is. Okay, there it is. It did go. It did go. Okay, so um, sorry. This doesn't happen very often because I usually have very good train of thought. But nobody was more surprised than I was, right? When I discovered that, right? And because I just put a couple of pictures on Google Maps just to help people out. You know what I mean. You put a dish on there, or something that may be a little hard to. It's hard to find the place, and when you're looking for it, you say, well, you know what? If people just knew it was right next door to this place, so you put a picture and say, okay, it's next door to this place, right? Well, I started like that temple. What I used to do was back in the early days of Periscope, when I would stream someplace, I would usually take a picture of it and put it on Google Maps. And I would, believe it or not, guys, link to the Periscope. I did that a lot. Like when I did the gate in the East Gate in Hsinchu City, same thing. Oh, okay. Well, AG, I was typing. So look in the comments, and you'll see a comment that I wrote in Chinese, and it's where I am. I'm in Hukou Township in Hsinchu County. So I'm going to walk down this way just so I can prolong the stream a little bit to talk some more about that. But what I used to do was, whenever I did a Periscope stream, here, let me do this. I'm going to go on the front camera. You guys can hear me. You don't need to look at me. I do a Periscope stream. Okay, you going to hit me or what? Okay. Boy, oh boy. This guy wasn't looking. I put him on camera. I talked to him in English because I didn't want him to know I speak Chinese. Anyway, like when I did the East Gate, I took a picture of it, like a real, iconic picture from the, like what I show, like the best part or something. And I put it on Google Maps, and they allow you to make a comment. So I put a link to the Periscope broadcast, and I had been doing that for months, and I never told anybody. And the results were dramatic, and I got so many views from that. And then I just realized, I think what I need to do is I think I just need to be on Google Maps. Sure, AG. I think I just need to be on Google Maps. And so I'll tell you what right now, if I could live stream to Google Maps, that's where I'd be live streaming, I think, because that's where I got the most views. So I get these emails. Congratulations, MJ. You know, you got 4 million views on pictures, and I'm a local guide, level 7, which I didn't even like try to get, but so there you go. All right, so it looks like we got a nice crowd. Listen, I want to thank all you guys for coming in. This is great. I know I'm on a weird time and not a usual time, and I appreciate the support. This is a Thai massage place, and I know you guys are snickering, and you know, heard a lot of bad stuff, but it does say male, female, Thai style. Okay, so it's for men and for women. I did go in there once, and I talked to the lady, and my Thai stinks, but I can be polite, you know, in Thai. Well, I recognized the lady was Thai, and turns out she's from Khon Kaen, a city that I have been to dozens of times in northeastern Thailand, and wow, yeah, this place, my wife and I go to eat. That place there used to be my favorite breakfast restaurant, and now it's a nail place. I need to go in there and ask them to paint my nails sometime, see what they say. But I told her that I was having a significant amount of pain in 2 spots. It was radiating down my leg from my sciatic nerve, and I had some problems with my neck. And I got to tell you, 100% professional. I don't put up with any of that shenanigans. And 100% professional. And she, good solid hour, and she did a lot of good. Since then, I've been going to a chiropractor, and he's been helping me out a lot. And here's another laundromat. But you see, Dave, there's no coffee machine in this one, you know, so you got to have the coffee machine. So there you go. AG, it would be boring because you didn't do anything. Seriously. Like I said, I don't play around with that stuff. I'm a married man, and I've got no tolerance for any of that. And I rather frequently have painting. The nail painting. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, AG. I misunderstood you. I misjudged your comment. I'm totally sorry, but yeah, the nail painting. So yeah, excuse me. You meant to say the nail painting. This is another chicken place. They call it Apple. It's okay. I don't eat too much there anymore. They have some other stuff besides chicken. They got like little crustaceans and things. They're okay, but anyway, I think our signal is pretty good. This part of the neighborhood, it should be very good. Anyway, so that was like, you know, I occasionally get line messages and Facebook messages. Like just the other day, I got a message in French from a woman on Flickr. I'm 26 years old and I live in France, and I hope we can get to know each other. And so I wrote back and I said, sounds fantastic because I'm 65 years old and I have absolutely no chance whatsoever of ever being with a woman as young as you. Let's go. What an idiot. So there you go. It is insane, yeah. Well, that's a very good point, AG. See, people are used to it here, right? That's why it's safe riding a bicycle, because there's so many two-wheeled vehicles that people are used to it. They're used to looking out, you know, for scooters and bikes. I'm only going to walk up here a little bit. That's the high life up there. You guys have seen me scream a lot from up here. But now, one of my biggest supporters, Dean SMS. Dean, I just want to show you this because I know you're going to look at the replay. That is Cho Tofu. That's exactly it. That is stinky tofu, ladies and gentlemen. And that's it. Yes, they are. Well, we don't have a lockdown here. We had a scare, though. I'm going to talk about this tonight. We have a local cluster of 9 cases. And now you guys must be laughing. 9. Because, like, United States, they talk about, oh, yeah, we got a local cluster of 90,000. But this is a steak place that just opened up a couple of months ago. Steak, pork chops, and it's an iron plate place. But, yeah, all these places are open. And, let's see. So, okay, this is perfume. This is a barber shop. Looking at just trying to read the sign. More of the Jawawa. And well, I know what I'm going to do. All right, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to take a left. Excuse me. AG in February next month will be my 17th year living here. I've been doing business here since 2002. And the first time I came here was 2001. I was actually kind of old when I first visited. I was 44, but I've always wanted to visit here. I just never got around to it. This is a fairly new restaurant that opened up recently. Never been in there. Oh, okay. So it's a rice and noodle place. That's the name of it. And this is a store. I haven't been in the store in a long, long time, but used to sit outside and drink. There's a beer joint over here to the right, but it doesn't look like it's open. Yeah, it's a beer place. There's a pharmacy up here. We get our masks. If you guys remember a couple of months ago, gosh, like 6 or 8 months ago, my wife and I were standing in line, and we would get our masks here. And of course, across the street, with a nice fruit stand, they got some great offerings over here. But even though it's kind of tough, I am being careful how I walk. I should be walking on the left side of the road by all rights. Now over here, look at all these scooters and stuff. This is the Family Mart that I stream out of sometimes. And I went in here the last time I live streamed, I tried to go inside and they shot me down. But over here, some more cooking. This place. Oh, let me show you this. You know what? I always do this. I go out of the house and I forget to bring money. And you guys do that? Because in my neighborhood, they all know who I am. And I go, oh, I just forget. And they go, okay. I'm a little further away from my neighborhood. They don't know me down here too much. But this is, this looks like something she's doing with, like pancakes. And I had seen her before. So, yeah. And so this is the menu up here. It's kind of hard to read. She gave me her card one day. So, and all right. So this is her line. So you guys can scan that if you want to see. But 可以拍照吗？好好，我开直播哈，开直播啊好。I was doing this. AG, I'm from the U.S. I can't live there. I can't go back because I can't afford to. I am heavily reliant on the national healthcare system. So I came here a long time ago, and I mean to this place. One time I was over here. See, this is another like deep fried food place, right? And they got. Well, let me just show you. They got all kinds of cool stuff over here. And I was here, and this lady gave me her business card. Look at all this food, man. Dogan dried tofu and chicken butts and hearts and stuff. And so, yeah, bacon wraps, green beans, and peppers, all kinds of stuff. You can recognize a lot of this. And over there got some more meats and things, right? So I was here, and the lady gave me her card. And I've come back 2 times because I wanted to see what they were doing. You know, they just gave me her business card, and the business card had the price on it, the menu on it, right? And so I wanted to see what they were doing. And every time I come here, she's closed. Now she's open. So, Here's the menu for those of you who can read Chinese, but these are all based on eggs. The last word means egg, so it's a type of like an egg wrap, and she has a little bit of it here in English. The food options are fantastic. Excuse me, I'm coughing a little bit, but it doesn't mean anything. Okay, so I gotta go back here like this. I'll actually show you one more time real quick. So, we got all the time in the world, so yeah. Squid tentacles, two different kinds. My goodness. Oh yeah. Okay. So let me do this. I'm gonna walk down here. I'm gonna go down a back way because not many people are gonna see what I show you now. So look this way and look this way. Yeah, it's depressing too because apparently, and I don't get political, okay, but apparently you're no longer entitled to your opinion about things in America. People will chastise you, or they'll try to cancel you, or try to like punish you. I mean, I heard somebody the other day, okay, I actually heard a politician say in a video that they could send the National Guard to somebody's house and take their children to a re-education camp just because they supported a particular candidate. I've seen that before because I have been into communist countries. I've seen that. So I got no interest in seeing that anywhere else. All right, so Shenwei salt. This is like salty flavor. They have a salt bath that they. Anyhow, hello. Yeah. You see how friendly the people are here? In fact, the guy I was talking to earlier was a little too friendly. Wouldn't leave me alone. So this is a street that I don't go down much. This is a Taiwan sports lottery, and that's where you play your number. And they got some bread out here. You know, you guys are just selling all kinds of different bread. That says it's a tea house, and then yeah, another tea shop over here. But AG, I have cardiac arrhythmia. I'm okay. My heart's in really great condition. I exercise and I take 25 supplements a day. And my doctor says on paper I look like I'm about 25. And the problem is the control system does goofy things, and my heart goes into sort of like palpitation sometimes. So I take an anti-arrhythmatic medication, and I have to see him every month. And if I lived in the United States, I don't have a job. It would be impossible for me to do that. So my doctor's appointment, Gallardo, how are you doing? Nice to see you too. Thank you. Fist bump to you. So in the States, I mean, here in Taiwan, it's $6 to see the doctor, and then it's like $5 for the medicine. So there's another restaurant here. So for $9, I can get my medicine for a month. Can't do that in the United States. And the United States is capable, fully capable of doing that. They just don't, because the private insurance companies are making too much money. They need to get the private insurance companies out of that business. More tea. This is Wujia black tea. Oh, this is from Taichung. Okay. That's from a specific place. And they call this xiaohopo, which is small, like hot pot. So you can get your own private little small hot pot. And this is a tea place I like called Coco. I go here a lot. And there's a lady in here that, I don't know if that's her or not. I don't think so. The no, cost of living is low, relatively speaking. The average salary here went up to 36,000 NT. So 30,000 NT is $1,000 US. So if you made 1,500 or 2,000 US a month here, you could live like a king. Big 7-Eleven here. So that young lady that lived at that works at that place. Sorry. Yeah, thanks, man. No, I'm going to be 65 in just a couple more weeks. So here's the thing, right? This lady has seen me live stream so many times. that whenever I'm walking by and I'm live streaming, she's like, "Oh, okay, just come on in." Now they recently repaved this, and I call this the Vietnam Highway. What they had to do was put these things in there to keep cars from coming up here, but it's not good enough because they're supposed to keep out. Yes, it is. They're supposed to keep out scooters because scooters are banned here, and you don't know how many times. No, they are. No, they're still here. I showed some earlier, Gallardo. I like bicycles are okay, but I can't tell you how many times I've yelled at somebody and said, "你看得懂中文吗?" which means, "Can you read Chinese?" Look, it's in Chinese, English, Vietnamese, Indonesian, Thai, and this even shows in English with a Chinese translation. This is just, there's no excuse for not knowing. But a lot of the immigrants here run these electric scooters on the sidewalk, and they need to, well, sometimes every once in a while, see like this guy's got no helmet on or nothing. That's highly illegal. But it's an electric scooter. He's from another country. He doesn't have a license here, and he really doesn't have any business being on the road. But hey, that makes me a racist, right? This right here. Now, I'm going to walk back towards my house. Now, this is how safe Taiwan is. Nobody's going to do anything. Nobody's going to say anything. There's nothing going on. Just hanging out. Oh, they put these benches here too. Somebody will generate. Somebody will donate that. Work opportunities for English speakers. Well, AG. I mean, depends on how smart you are. Like anything else. I mean, seriously. If you only speak English, then you're really going to be super limited. Everybody will have to talk for you. You won't be able to negotiate anything. Most people that come here, foreigners, they teach English because that's all they can do. But I don't know anything about that because I've never taught English. So, yeah, well, it's not that they're banned. I mean, it's just that they're banned on this thoroughway here. This is what we call, in Chinese, we call this a zhou dao. This is a sidewalk. That is what we call ma lu. That's a road. And they drive on the sidewalk thinking it's a road, and they're not supposed to. And you know me, I'm like, maybe 140% of their body weight and size. So I call them out. Hey, what are you doing? Can't you read Chinese? And they always act stupid. Or maybe it's not an act. I don't know. But anyway, so now these are all factories. All these are factories. All up and down here. All factories. Well, I try to be, because you know, sometimes, right, when Trump was elected, some guy came on my scope, you know, and he starts complaining, "Oh, my mom might have to leave the United States." What are you talking about? Well, she's an illegal alien and she doesn't have papers and Trump might throw her out of the country. And I'm like, so? And he kind of went off, you know, on me. Well, what's wrong with you? Don't and they always use the word immigration. I said, stop, hold it. You said she didn't have papers. She's not an immigrant. She's an illegal alien. And I said, and you are talking to an immigrant. I am an immigrant where I live. I went through the process. I have permanent residency. I don't have to have a job. I don't have to have money. I don't have to be married. I don't have to do anything. And I can stay in Taiwan until I die. And after, you can bury me here. I have permanent residency. So, well, the kind of work that I do is I run a manufacturing consortium that I put together with my wife. They are strong industries here, big. I run a, here, let me do this. You know, I'm not a very good What am I trying to say? Self-promoter. Okay, let me do this. That is our company. Whoops, sorry. No, don't. Yeah. That is our company. And it's a little bit warm. It's nice. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? It's a little bit warm. Not too bad. So, yeah, because he's strong on Taiwan. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I do, and I also have a recording studio that I've been putting together for the last couple of years, and you can find that at well, I might as well just do that. I'm not a big promoter, but let me see if I can do this. Hang on, I got to do this. There you go. That's it. That's my studio. So, gosh, I always feel like I'm bragging. I used to work in Boston, and I was a very well known. Hey, yeah, thanks, Aaron. I was a very prolific recording engineer, producer in Boston. I've done like 500 sessions on 24 tracks, and so I got a studio in my house, and I'm doing old school mixing. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, of course, because one is legal and one's not. It's like anything else. It's like saying, that's like, I mean, these same people, right? They don't complain about having to have a driver's license. They don't complain about having to have a license tag on their car. They don't complain about having to have insurance, do they? But they'll complain about the fact that they don't have any documents to allow them to live here. It's amazing. Yeah, thank you. Hey, Dave. Dave's on Facebook. Wow, this is amazing. They're Haps is really doing a Prism Live on this, aren't they? They're really going strong on that. That's fantastic. I appreciate it. And I want to thank you guys for not giving me any money. I don't want any coins. I don't need any money. And I'm going to be honest with you. It complicates my taxes. So there you go. But yes, I don't want to get political and stuff, but I am an immigrant. And because you heard me talk to the guy before, ask where you're from, because they keep asking where you're from. And, I immigrated here. And this is my home. It's where I live. So. Mr. Laurent, I'm sorry. I didn't, my French is not up to it. When I was in Montreal, I had more practice, but I'm sorry. Yeah. You can type in Chinese. Sorry. There you go. Oh, vaccine. Okay. Yeah, we have the vaccine. It's coming. No, okay. Well, Taiwan is an amazing place to raise a kid. It's amazing for the following reasons. Number one, the level of education is extremely high. My daughter is 8 years old, and she could read books in Chinese and in English. Her math level is very high for second grade. And you don't have I'm just going to say it. You don't have the socialist agenda here like you do in the United States. Nobody's teaching critical race theory. Nobody's trying to make my daughter, feel bad because half of her is white. This kind of stuff that just divides people and we hate. I have no problem with the curricula. There are certain things that I don't want my daughter to participate in. Sometimes they'll do religious ceremonies at school that I don't agree with. And so I just tell them and they go, oh, fine, no problem. and my daughter can do some other alternative activity, but it doesn't count against her. They don't like give her less credit because she's not doing this thing, stuff like that. So in that respect, I'm just going to sit down on one of these seats. In that respect, it's an incredible place, and Taiwan is very kid friendly and kid oriented. You go to a restaurant, they all have a high chair. They all have children's cups, spoons, saucers, plates, everything. It's very, very nice. Okay, Mr. Laurent, we have the COVID-19. We have a choice of two, and they're coming out, I think, in another 2 months. Because of my age, I get it first. And the goal of the Taiwan government is to have 65% of the population inoculated within some time frame. I'm not sure exactly what the time frame is, but that's their goal. And they believe that it will result in herd immunity. Now, when I go on later tonight with my daughter, gosh, I've already been on like over an hour. But I'm going to go on later from my studio with my daughter tonight. I'm going to bring you a little Taiwan news and talk about this cluster. So she is, and I don't want you to get the wrong idea, okay? I'm not bashing the U.S. I'm not anti-U.S. And you can tell it's some people will interpret it that way. I'm just anti-stupidity. I'm anti-wrong, and things that are wrong, I don't care where they come from. They're just and so this stuff that I don't want, and I'm not going to put up with it. So in Taiwan, they're not trying to brainwash, if you will, or let's just say they're not trying to orient the children in a particular way. Because see, this place used to be authoritarian. Now, I don't know why this is. I don't pay much attention. But I know that young people in the United States worship socialism. They love Marxism. And they talk about workers' rights and how, oh, if you didn't have workers, you wouldn't have any products. Well, yeah, but if somebody didn't build the damn factory, the workers wouldn't work there. They're all screwed up. They got everything backwards. Here in Taiwan, we used to have the longest running streak of martial law in the entire world. Martial law was only lifted in, I'm going to say 1985. I'm pretty sure that's the case. So, thank you. I appreciate it. Children are treasures, and they are in our protection. And I am her father. So the school doesn't decide what she learns. I do. And I'm very adamant. I'm very polite about it, but I'm adamant about it with it. And sometimes, like for example, I'm just going to back up. I'll give that in just a second. Let me back up. So what I'm saying is, because this place suffered from authoritarianism, I mean, you can look up the Kaohsiung incident in Wikipedia and others, and I know some people that were involved in that here in Taiwan. But the point is that people here know where that came from. They know where that came from. They don't worship it. They know it's bad. They know it doesn't work, so they're not pushing for that. They're not pushing for that agenda. So, okay, now I just started to say something, and daggone it, what was it that? I hate when that happens. I usually do not lose my train of thought. I'm pretty good about it. Anyway, so I was talking about some of the people that I know that have been in the Kaohsiung incident and other things, and they don't worship those kinds of philosophies. So no, they don't. Well, AG, when you get to be my age, right, you realize that for some people, they can only learn the lessons the hard way. They want to make their own mistakes, and they just they don't want to listen. And so, what can you do? All you can do is let them. So, yep, the primary educators, yep, are parents. And so, oh, I remember what I was going to tell you. We had to have a talk with the Chinese teacher at the school, because they always have what they call the foreign English teacher and the Chinese English teacher. Now, the Chinese English teacher is actually Taiwanese, but you know what I'm saying. And some people would say it's racist, but we know what they mean. They mean the native speaker and the local speaker. And so at nap time, the Chinese speaking teacher told the children that if they did not lay down and take a nap, a ghost would come and get them. And my daughter did not sleep. She came home and she was crying. Now, you can laugh all you want, okay? But I prayed with my daughter to make her feel comfortable about that, so that it wouldn't scare her. And we had to have the teacher corrected. The teacher said, "Okay, I won't do that again." And the next time she did it, she said, "Oh, the police will come and get you." And I teach my daughter to respect the police, to go to the police when she needs help, when she's in trouble. And I had to, again, chastise the teacher. Don't use the police as punishment. So, non-science-based gender ideology, stuff like that. I haven't heard anything about that. See, Taiwan is one of the coolest places. Taiwan is the only Asian country that same-sex marriage is legal. But people here don't make an issue out of it for some reason. There's a lot of I guess the polite way to say it is there's a lot of gender ambiguous people here. There's a person that works down in one of the stores, really, really super short haircut, and and like I don't really like. I wasn't looking very carefully at this person, right? And out of the corner of my eye, this person looked like a man, but it turned out to be a woman, and I didn't realize it. And I needed to check something, and I said, "Sir, would you please come help me?" And she walked over, and she didn't bat an eye. She didn't say, "Sir," she didn't say anything. And I was standing next to her, and I said, "Well, what about this, sir?" And I looked over, and I looked at her closely. I said, "My God, that's a woman." And I just called her Mister. Didn't say a thing. People here are so cool. She looks that way because that's how she wants to look. And so clearly, she's prepared to deal with, whatever the ramifications might be of that look. And apparently she's not going to blame somebody else, because she didn't say anything to me. In the United States, that would make you really, people could actually, I guess, bring you up on charges. So well, there is a lot of diversity, but I'm going to tell you that outside of the struggle for equality, okay, and everybody's equal, and I don't think that anybody should be discriminated against for anything, but it's not like about that. In other words, when I lived in America, in the music business, I dealt with a lot of people of different orientations, and a lot of times, every single sentence is about their orientation. The way they dress, the way they talk, everything is just like about that. And to me, it's just as disgusting as some guy bragging about all the women he slept with. And it's the same thing. I find it equally like unnecessary and just stupid. And so, but here people don't seem to be like so focused on that. They just do their thing. You see a lot of what do you see in Taiwan is you see a lot of women that are like girly girls. They're seriously, they're dressed like princesses and stuff, you know, high heels and frilly dresses, and they'll be with another woman that's dressed like like a military man, like that. And they're just walking around, and nobody says anything. They never would, and nobody treats them any differently, which they shouldn't. And so it's just cool, you know. And just Taiwanese people are they're just so cool. I love it here, you know. So you know, you see all the people walking by, right? And I'm just sitting here talking, and they're looking, and nobody's trying to find out what I'm doing. Nobody's asking me, so what are you doing? Are you a terrorist, or you know? It's just so cool here, you know. And I can't imagine living anywhere else. It's just, it's where I want to be, you know. And so, the top 2 to 3 social problems in Taiwan. Well, I'm gonna have to think about that, you know. Paper plastic, yeah. You know, I don't. The social problems here are more nothing like that. Social problems here, I think, are more prevalent in the foreign community, like with the Filipino workers and the Vietnam workers and so forth. But the other thing that people don't really seem to realize is how affluent Taiwan is. But I mean, you probably haven't noticed, but like every third or fourth car that goes by is a BMW or a Mercedes or some, you know, higher end Toyota or Volkswagen. I mean, there's a lot of wealth, a lot of prosperity here that you don't have in other countries. And so it's just kind of like that. So, all right, I'm going to sign off. Listen, I appreciate it. I've been on for an hour and 22, and I'm gonna go back home and maybe drink some tea and hang out and chill for a while. I'm going to go on later tonight. So local time is 1846. I'm going to probably go on about either 21:30 or you know, like 9:30 or 10 o'clock p.m. our time here, and that would be about 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight or Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. So I want to thank everyone for joining. Thanks so much, and I just want to say this to the apps developers. I may have not been so kind talking about your app before, but I want to tell you I'm very impressed with it. I'm impressed with how it really has brought together all the comments, and you've got the landscape mode working. It's fantastic. Yeah, I understand that. I know a lot of Korean people. In fact, before I started speaking Chinese, I studied Korean too, so I can definitely believe that. So thank you very much. Please, guys, follow me on YouTube, Taiwan Live TV, just like in the corner, Taiwan Live TV. But follow me on YouTube. I need the followers on YouTube. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.